Hey there! In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of Billington Sea and show you the best spots to get out, have lunch, go swimming, or explore. The Big Island, or Seymour's Island, has several landing areas. The main one and best one is the stone staircase landing. It's the best because it's so shallow and sandy. Are you wondering why there are stairs here? It's because there was a vacation cottage here at one time. But the island is now part of Morton Park. The island has been home to many different things at different times. So it was an orchard, a bowling alley, vacation home, and now it's part of a public park. In the late 1800s, a novel was actually written about a vacation on the island, and I'll be doing a review of that in the near future. So if you go left from the stairs, you come to another really good landing area. However, this area is usually pretty mucky and kind of muddy. And just to warn you, there's small leeches and crayfish in the leaf gunk. And if you have children with you, your best bet is probably going to be the stairs landing. Continuing around to the other side, directly opposite from where we just were, are two more landing areas that are very close together. The first is very rocky, and the second is nice and smooth and sandy. When you get out at the second one, you will be facing the logs that you can sit on in the fire ring. This area, however, is covered in small bits of beer bottle glass from decades of parties, so watch out for your feet and the feet of any pets you might bring along. The island is really a great spot for a picnic. Just remember to take your trash because the only people that come here to clean up are pond residents and kind visitors. Also, in the spring, the Canadian geese nest all over the whole entire island, so please be kind to them. Next up on our tour is the Little Island, and there's really only one spot to get out at here. There's a ruin on the island, and it's really cool, but it's also really falling apart. So this is a get out at your own risk stop. I do have a separate tour video if you want to see what it looks like, and you can find a link to that in the description below. From here, we'll head over to the Crawly Nature Preserve area. This is an excellent spot to get out for a picnic or to just do some wading in the water. It's nice and sandy here usually, but sometimes the wind will blow a lot of weeds and leaves over to the area. Now this little spot is at the end of the Crawly Nature Trail. There was a house here at one point, so again there's some steps to nowhere, but if you climb these steps you'll find some stone benches, and it's a really pretty little spot. Now back over to Morton Park. This may be where you put your boat in. Otherwise, this is the boat launch area, and it's not for picnicking or swimming, but you can get out here and stretch your legs. Just make sure you're off to the side and out of everyone's way. If you are in your own kayak or canoe, you could carry it across the road and put it in at Little Pond. That's something I'm planning to do next summer. Off over to the side, there is a little fishing dock, which might be interesting. Continue along the shoreways and you'll come to two old swimming hole areas. Would I swim off either of these today? No way. There's way too much muck and gunk and broken glass in the sand over here. But maybe you're brave and you can. When you're over in this area, if you look up, you will see the Morton Park Trail just above you if you climb up the hillside. And the first one here I call Baby Diaper Landing because when I was a kid in the 1980s, I went to go swimming here and someone had left dirty baby diapers on the shore. So don't let anyone tell you that the litter in Morton Park is a recent event. People have been littering here since the early 1800s. The next stop, which is down just a tiny bit further, I'm calling Spooky Tree Landing, because I don't know what else to call it. And it's pretty much just like Baby Diaper Landing. and the trail is right above you. If you continue around the corner and along the shoreline, you'll come to Hospital Cove. There's 2 spots over here that are probably your best bet to get out for a swim or to have your lunch. I'm calling the first one Hospital Cove Beach and the second one Hospital Point. Either of these are a great choice to get out at, but you have to remember they're probably the most popular spots, so it might be a little crowded sometimes in the summer. Stop on our tour will bring us into the next cove. You'll follow around the tip of Hospital Point and along the shore to the back corner. Here you'll find a small beach. I'm calling this area the Red Spring area, but if you look at a map of Morton Park, you can see that Red Springs is actually over at Little Pond. The reason I call this the Red Spring area, though, is because there is a spring that feeds into Billington Sea here, and it turns the water red, especially after heavy rains. It's nothing to worry about, it's just iron or something in the water. Now, this is a great spot to get out. It's a nice grassy little area. I personally, though, wouldn't go swimming over here because I've come across some leeches over here in the water. But one thing you might see over in this area is a lot of turtles. They love to bask over here because it is very sunny. else you might see over in this area is a small aquatic invertebrate animal called a bryozoa. They kind of look like a jellyfish or a brain floating in the water. They're real strange looking, but really cool. And you can often find a lot of them over here, like I did on this last trip over.
If you see this ghoul, play it cool.